How do we stop ourselves getting burnt out? That's where the Navayana Buddhist take on right effort comes in. Right effort, then, it doesn't mean the same thing as our best effort, or putting 110% into everything, or never giving up on anything. Right effort isn't about pushing really, really hard at what we think is the right action. Right effort is more a skill than a moral duty, because there's no one to be dutiful to in a Navayana Buddhist perspective. There's no God commanding us to take action, to be effortful, as it were. So right effort, then, is about retaining our sense of self and our humanity in the midst of the struggle for change, in the midst of the system and the world as we see it. Joanna Macy, an engaged Buddhist activist and scholar, knows this really well. She spent her life pushing on issues around nuclear weapons, around climate justice and climate change, and the impact that has, of course, on the poorest communities in the world. And she's noticed that in her life and her work, she's noticed that people burn out so easily when they're so pushed by their compassion or by their sadness at the world. And what she's noticed, of course, is that what we need is to hold on to our compassion, but build communities that hold us, that nurture us, where we can care for one another, where we can continue to come back to what matters to us, and where we can take into account our own self within it all. Because, of course, within Buddhism, you are not the center of the solution any more than you are the center of the world or the center of the universe. The self, a separate self, is an illusion. And so making yourself the center of the effort makes no sense in a skillful Buddhist sense. To have right effort is to see your effort within the wider effort of everybody else. There's no cape and tights in Buddhism. There's no one to save the world, simply us working together for compassion and justice. To see the world change and know that other people are working to change it in other ways that are different from ours. To know that everyone has a world as it is and a world as it should be, and that those aren't the same, and that we don't all have the same idea of how we get from one to the other either. And so we work together, taking effort, but loving and being kind to one another in the process. How do we sharpen that skill then of right effort? Well, of course, that's through mindfulness, which will be the next video in the series.